Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. If you enjoy the video, then definitely give it a thumbs up, and it really helps share the message, helps grow my channel and all of that jazz. Today's video is about self-love. I feel like a lot of my videos recently have been talking more about really vulnerable things, which is really weird, in a sense where I feel like the more vulnerable I let myself be, the more honest I let myself be, the more I'm gonna truly heal. That's kind of the mindset I'm in right now, and I have, I've done so much inner work. Why stop here? And why just put blocks up and let myself not talk about certain situations? So I just figured, let's just carry on and let's just go the way it's been going and share, because someone out there may need to hear it. And yeah, so this is not going to be a teaching video, because honestly I'm just still getting through this myself, but I feel so much better. I feel like I've had a big breakthrough, and I know that there's other people out there going through the same thing. Don't know why this candle in the back has been going so crazy. It's like my spirit guide's like, you go girl. I only had 3 candles down here, so I put them in a triangle to represent feminine energy, and I also put a rose quartz in the middle, and yeah, that's actually a wand rose quartz as well, so it's for your womb, which makes it even more magical. Okay, so I want to be talking about love, self-love, loving others, others loving you, and I'm going to talk back on my situation, and then maybe it might trigger something in you that you need to heal in a positive way. Maybe it might not feel the best, but all of this is to get you to understand that you're not on your own. So my family didn't really tell each other we loved each other, and it's so weird. I feel so awkward talking about it, because you can just tell it's not healed. So I always knew my mum loved me. There was no question about it. She just never would say it. And yeah, it didn't make me sad that she never said it, because it just felt like normal. And recently, when I've been healing this side of my self, in my shadow, every time I look at the camera number, it's 222, and then it's 333. It's like the universe keep going. Anyways, I've recently been, the last year, I've been learning to love myself and learning to accept myself. And recently this year, one of the things on my vision board and in my journal that I wrote to manifest this year was to really truly understand love and to understand loving myself, because it's confusing. People talk about it in such a weird way. It doesn't make any sense to me. I went through a whole phase of no more makeup, no more hair dye. I stripped everything back to the most raw version of me. And I think I lost myself even more, because I'm oh my days. I thought you wasn't allowed any of that external things to be able to love yourself. I thought that it's not even really external. It's just people can enjoy makeup. People can enjoy having their hair dyed or things like that. But I was just so confused with what I was meant to look like, or the products I was meant to be using. You're not spiritual if you use that kind of thing, and it was just confusing to me. And I started to be really strict on myself, where it kind of, looking back now, I needed it. I feel like I was meant to go through that journey, otherwise I wouldn't have. I feel like that was just meant for me. I was meant to learn both sides of the scale so I could balance out. But yeah, I just got lost so much, and I'm trying to find the balance now. I'm trying to find who is me, and I'm trying to learn how to love, rather than people talk about like attachment styles and codependency and you know, self-care, which I love self-care. I do self-care. I do it a lot actually, and I do feel good when I'm taking the time out just for myself, but I still feel detached from love in a sense. So as I said, as I was growing up, my mum never used to say that she loved us, because it's just one of them families where she just didn't. And I'm sure she probably grew up in a family like that too. She's now passed on, so I can't ask her. But yeah, like, I don't know why she never but used to say it, but I always knew. She made it like, I think she showed me in a different way that she did love us, and she always would like take care of us and stuff like that. Whereas on the other hand, which is the thing that I would never usually say on here, but I'm just gonna say it because I'm trying to, like, I would never say it because like I would be worried about the consequences. But now I'm just like, do you know what? If you can be that way to me, why am I not allowed to speak my own truth when you feel like it's fine to treat others like that, and you feel like it's fine to treat people like that in front of others? It's fine for you to do it in public, but it's not fine for me to say it in public. So I'm just gonna say it. I've made such a big deal about it now, and I regret that. But anyways, no. So yeah, so like my mum never used to say it, but then on the other hand, my dad would say it. He would say that, oh yeah, I love you, I love you. He would be the one that said I love you, but he was the toxic one. He was the abusive one. And I feel like that's where I got lost, because my mum was the kind one and she wouldn't say it, but my dad was the toxic one and he would say it. And it's confusing growing up not understanding love when your dad is abusive and he would say I love you, and now looking back as I've grown up, I've always attracted toxic relationships because that's what my subconscious thought love was. Like, I thought it was being on edge. I thought it was always trying to filter my words to make sure it didn't irritate someone or take them over the edge. I always thought that, you know, like, if they were being toxic and if they was like, you know, controlling in any way, then that just means they care. And I thought I had it all figured out because I was like, listen, my dad hit me. I will never allow a man to ever do that to me. So I thought I have it all figured out. But then I didn't see all of the other things. I didn't see all of the controlling, all the manipulation, all of the gaslighting, all of the other toxic things. I just thought abuse was just hitting, or like, for example, like screaming in your face. Like, but if it was subtle and more manipulation, I didn't see that because I've just grown up with that. So I didn't understand that that was, you know, not what you accept. So since I went through that and I just, like, I've grown up thinking that that was love, obviously subconsciously, like, I didn't realise this until I've been doing this healing work, and then when I've been doing it, now I'm like trying to learn really what is love. Like, it's so weird to be like, what even is it? What is it? Because like, I know I love my kids in a sense where I know I care about them so much. I would never want anything bad to happen to them. I would do anything for them, you know. I know that logically, and I feel like so deeply connected to them. Like, I just know, I just know it in that sense, but I feel like a mother's love is different. I have an amazing partner, and he always is there for me. He always, you know, he just understands me and all of that. I'm not even going to go into it, like, but like all of that, I know logically, but then why can't I do it to myself? Like, why can't I accept love? Like, if I can love others so deeply, why can't I accept it? And it's like confusing. Like, I feel like I can see it logically, I can feel it for others. Like, I know I love other people, but then when other people are trying to love me, I'm like, ugh. Like, I'm like this, no. Because it feels so uncomfortable to me. Like, it's like I felt so much more comfortable in the toxicity, which is so annoying to me now. Like, speaking from a healed mind, like, oh, that irritates me. But I always used to joke about it as well. Like, I would rather someone like swear at me than say, you look nice today, because it would make me feel uncomfortable where I was used to the toxicness. So I'd just be like, yeah. Like, it's weird. And like, I used to work in a pub, and people like would just like they would just, you know, have banter with me, because obviously I was the barmaid, and you just grow thicker skin even then, and it's like, oh yeah, so funny, and like you just give it back, and like I never took it to heart. But now looking back, I'm like, I was so good at that because that was just so normal. It's just so weird. So yeah, I basically just wanted to open this conversation up and explain, and you know, I'm on the search for love, but not from anything else, just from myself, because I have so many people around me that support and love me. I do, but I need to feel it in myself. Like, I need to actually love myself, and I just don't know how to do that yet. I feel like I've talked about this in a previous video where I talked about confidence and fake confidence, and I was so fake confident and I didn't even know. I thought it was real. And then when I look back, I'm like, oh my days, that's just all of the masks I had on. And then I've healed it and I've removed them, and now I'm like, oh crap. I'm so open, I'm so vulnerable. It's like, oh my days. It's like I've took all of the layers off, and now I'm like, oh crap. Like, what have I got to hide behind? Nothing. You have to deal with it. So yeah, that's kind of what I just heard a weird buzzing noise in my ear, and I do not know what that means. I've been trying to just basically learn about love and how to accept it, how to accept like compliments, and not feel like my chest and my neck would actually break out in hives, like red blotches all over me. Like, that's how uncomfortable I get, like, genuinely. But yeah, it's funny. It's just so weird how I never stop telling my kids how much I love them, because I never want them to not feel, I never want them to feel love from a toxic way, because I never want them to go through that. It's confusing, and then when we grow up and they wonder why we've had such terrible relationships, and it's like, mirror of you. Like, of course. But yeah, anyways, they can keep living their toxic patterns. I'm not there to change their life. Well, I'm saying they're his. I'm not there here to change his life. I'm just here to make mine the best possible, because then my kids will mirror that, and that's all I want to do. So if anyone has any tips on self-love and not self-care, I'm amazing at self-care. I used to be a beautician. I love self-care. But self-love, like, what is self-love? That's what I'm going to be searching for this year. Is it like just being able to just sit with yourself and not slag yourself off? Is it accepting how you are right now and being okay with it? Or do you have to actually love every part of you? Like, I don't know. Anyways, I hope this really helped people. And I know that I don't have the answers, which is weird to be doing a video like this when I don't have the answers to help other people. But I just think, I hope it helps in a way where you feel like you're not on your own and other people go through it too, and doesn't mean you're a failure in any way. Because I never used to want to look at this topic because I'm like, how ungrateful could you be? Like, you have children, you have a partner, you have like friends and family around you, and you're saying you don't know how to like love or accept love, or, you know, love yourself. It's mainly just loving myself, to be honest. So yeah, I never used to want to look at this topic because it just felt uncomfortable I felt like ungrateful for everyone around me, when it's not. I can have the world and it's not gonna matter if you don't love yourself. Then what's the point in having the world? Like, you could literally manifest your whole dream life, but if you don't love yourself, if you're not okay with yourself, you're not even going to be happy with all the things you manifested anyway. So, but I should have started on this. I probably would have, you know, gotten through things a lot quicker, but we go on our journey divinely, and this is what we're here for, I guess. We're just meant to be guided rather than control everything. So if it helped you in any way, just make sure you give it a like, or if you're even braver, then comment below and tell me a little bit about your story if you wanted to share, or if not, just, you know, tell me how it helped, because I would love to know. I would love to get to know you guys more. And yeah, that's my video. I have a vlog coming out soon that I did today. Isabella was destroying it in parts, but we'll try and edit that out as best we can. She was trying to show the vlog her doll and peeping her head in and singing Barney, and I'm like, seriously? So yeah, it's all good fun. That's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I just seen a spirit behind the camera. I was meant to be saying goodbye, but I just seen a spirit pop his head behind the camera. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.